Men's voices naturally lower when they lean in close. It's not a trick, it's physiology meeting intimacy. The vocal cords relax, the chest resonates more. The sound drops into a register that vibrates differently in the ear. When a man speaks low and near, the voice travels shorter distances but hits harder. It feels private. Exclusive, like the words are meant for one person only. Your brain processes low frequency sounds as calming and authoritative at the same time. That's the contradiction that makes it powerful. At first, it's just closeness, a quieter room, a leaned in posture. Then the voice drops and something shifts. The air feels thicker, attention narrows. Everything outside that voice fades slightly. At the peak, it's hypnotic. The deep register triggers a primal response in the limbic system, the part of the brain that processes emotion and attraction. Women don't just hear the voice, they feel it in the chest, in the stomach. Then the moment passes, the voice returns to normal. The distance grows again, but the echo stays. That low sound lingers in memory longer than the words themselves. It's not what he said, it's how the sound made her feel surrounded. When a man lifts something heavy, blood rushes to the muscles, veins rise to the surface. They become visible highways under the skin. This happens because the body is working. The heart pumps harder, blood vessels expand. The forearms, biceps, and hands suddenly look different, more defined, more alive. It's not about bodybuilding or size. It's about effort made visible. A man carrying groceries, moving furniture, or gripping something tight activates this response without trying. Women notice veins because they signal health, strength, and physical capability. The brain reads vascularity as a marker of testosterone and cardiovascular fitness. It's an unconscious scan that takes less than a second. At first, it's just a glance, a flicker of attention toward the arms or hands. Then recognition hits. The veins map a story of exertion, of capability, of a body that works and responds. At the peak, it creates a strange pull, something primal that bypasses thought. The aftermath is subtle. She looks away. The moment passes, but the image stays. Veins don't signal aggression, they signal readiness. A body that can lift, carry, protect. It's biology reading biology, silent and automatic. One hand on the wheel, the other resting somewhere casual. It looks simple, but it triggers something deep. That single-handed grip signals control, not just of the car, but of the situation. Your brain reads it as competence, as someone who doesn't need both hands to manage what's in front of them. The posture matters too. Leaning back slightly, shoulders relaxed, eyes forward. It's not about driving skill, it's about visible calm under responsibility. When a man grips the wheel this way, his forearm tenses just enough to show definition. The tendons flex, the wrist angles with quiet strength. Women notice this in peripheral vision even when they're not looking directly. That's the onset, a small signal that says he's comfortable in charge. At the peak, it becomes magnetic. The car feels safer, the silence feels fuller. Something about that one relaxed hand makes the whole moment feel handled. Then comes the quiet aftermath. She remembers that image later, not the conversation, not the destination, just his hand on the wheel, easy and sure. It's not romance, it's biology, recognizing someone who looks like they can protect what matters without breaking a sweat. One finger, a slow curl inward. It says everything without a single word. The come here gesture is ancient. It crosses cultures, languages, and eras. When a man uses it, he's issuing a quiet command. Not aggressive, not desperate, just direct. The gesture works because it assumes compliance. It doesn't ask, it invites with certainty. That confidence is the trigger. The finger curls slowly, deliberately. The eyes hold steady. The body stays still. Everything about it communicates control without force. That's the onset, a moment of tension that feels electric. At the peak, the gesture creates a gravitational pull. She feels drawn forward, not pushed. The invitation feels exclusive, like being chosen from across a room. It activates reward centers in the brain because it mimics selection, being wanted, being called. Then comes the aftermath. Whether she moves toward him or not, the gesture lingers. It planted something, a small spark of curiosity or desire that wasn't there before. The power isn't in the finger, it's in the stillness around it. A man who gestures this way looks like he already knows the answer. That certainty is what stays. A single eyebrow lifts, half a second, maybe less. It's one of the fastest expressions the human face can make, and one of the most loaded. The eyebrow raise signals recognition, curiosity, or challenge depending on context. When a man does it while making eye contact, it creates instant connection. Your brain processes raised eyebrows as openness. The face literally opens up. More of the eye becomes visible. The forehead lifts. It's a nonverbal hello that bypasses social formality. At first, it's just a flicker, a micro expression that registers before conscious thought catches up. Then the meaning settles. He noticed. He's interested. He's inviting engagement without speaking. At the peak, a well-timed eyebrow raise feels like a secret language. A shared moment no one else saw. It triggers a small dopamine release because it mimics the early stages of flirtation, recognition, acknowledgement, possibility. The aftermath is subtle but sticky. She might smile without knowing why. The raise lingers because it felt personal, intentional. The eyebrow doesn't just move muscles, it moves attention. A man who uses it well communicates more in half a second than others do in full sentences. The sound is sharp, a quick series of pops, knuckles, release built-up gas between joints. The neck rolls and cracks. It looks like preparation, like something is about to happen. That's exactly why it works. Cracking joints signals readiness. The body is loosening up, tension is releasing. Whatever comes next, he's preparing for it. Women read this as anticipation of action. The brain interprets the sound and movement as a shift from rest to engagement. At first, it's just noise, a physical habit, then context adds meaning. He cracks his knuckles before opening a jar, before lifting something, before stepping into a situation. Suddenly, the small gesture carries weight. At the peak, it becomes almost theatrical, a brief ritual that says he's about to handle something. The sound punctuates the silence. The body language changes from relaxed to ready. The aftermath is expectation. She waits to see what comes next. The crack was a signal that action follows. It's not the sound itself that attracts, it's what the sound promises. A man who cracks his knuckles looks like someone who uses his hands, who does things, who's ready to do them right now. Normal eye contact lasts about 3 seconds. Anything longer becomes intense. When a man holds eye contact just a beat past comfortable, something shifts. The extra moment transforms a glance into a statement. It says he's not looking away first. That small act of visual persistence triggers the amygdala, the brain's threat and attraction detector. It reads prolonged eye contact as either danger or desire. Context decides which. In safe settings, it registers as confidence and interest. Your pupils dilate slightly. Your heart rate shifts. The held gaze creates a feedback loop where both people become more aware of being watched. At first, it's just eye contact. Normal, expected. Then the moment stretches. 1 second too long. 2. The air changes. Something unspoken passes between. At the peak, a held gaze feels like being seen completely. Exposed and chosen at the same time. Then one person looks away. The spell breaks, but the residue remains. She felt his attention linger. That weight stays. Eye contact doesn't just communicate interest, it creates it. A man who holds the gaze knows that looking away is easy. Not looking away is a choice. That choice speaks. A quick rotation of the wrist. The sleeve pulls back. The watch face catches light for a moment. It's a small movement, but it carries decades of coded meaning. Checking a watch this way signals that time matters, that he has somewhere to be, that his minutes are accounted for. The gesture itself is efficient, sharp, no fumbling, no searching for a phone, just a clean flick and a glance. It takes under a second, but communicates status, organization, and intention. Women notice this because it suggests a life in motion, appointments to keep, responsibilities managed. At first, it's just practical. He needs to know the time. Then the movement registers differently. The wrist turns with practiced ease. The watch sits well. The gesture looks natural because it's been done 1,000 times before. At the peak, the wrist flick becomes attractive not for what it shows, but for what it implies. A man who checks time this way looks like someone whose time has value, someone in demand. The aftermath is a quiet impression. He's busy. He's needed elsewhere. He won't wait forever. The watch isn't the point. The message is: groceries in one trip, a couch up 3 flights, a child on one arm while opening a door with the other, a suitcase lifted into an overhead bin without a pause, water jugs carried 2 at a time. When a man carries something heavy without visible strain, it bypasses rational thought. The brain sees capability in real time. It's not a claim, it's proof, not words about strength. Actual strength demonstrated. Muscles engage, but the face stays calm. Breathing stays steady. The load looks lighter than it is. balance. His posture doesn't buckle. His steps don't slow. He moves like the weight is part of him, not fighting against him. That contrast between effort and ease creates attraction. It signals physical reserves, hidden strength, more than what's being used. The body is working, but it doesn't look like work. It looks like routine. At first, it's just observation. He's carrying something. Then the details register. No grimace, no struggle, no asking for help, no setting it down to rest. The weight moves smoothly from point A to point B. His grip stays firm. His jaw stays relaxed. He doesn't announce what he's doing. He just does it. At the peak, it triggers primal recognition. Something ancient in the brain wakes up. Here is someone who can bear loads, who makes hard things look simple, who could carry more if needed. For thousands of years, survival depended on this. The ability to move, lift, protect. That wiring still exists. It fires without permission. She doesn't think about why she's watching. She just watches. The aftermath settles into memory. She saw him handle something difficult without complaint or drama, without drawing attention to it, without expecting praise. That image sticks longer than words do. Hours later, maybe days, she remembers his forearms under strain, his steady breathing, the way he made it look easy. Carrying heavy things effortlessly isn't about showing off strength. It's about demonstrating that strength exists without needing to prove it. The effort is invisible. Only the result shows. He doesn't grunt. He doesn't brag. He just moves the weight and moves on. That quiet capability is what makes it powerful. Loud strength asks to be noticed. Silent strength gets noticed anyway. Most people rush. They walk like they're late, distracted or uncomfortable in their own bodies. Heads down, shoulders tight, steps quick and uneven, feet barely lifting off the ground. The world is full of people moving like they owe time something, like they're constantly behind. When a man walks slowly and deliberately, he stands out immediately. The slow walk signals that he's not chasing anything, not anxious, not hurried, not reacting to the chaos around him. Each step lands with intention. The foot plants fully before the next one lifts. The pace says he'll arrive when he arrives, and that's exactly when he planned to. Your brain reads rushed movement as stress or lower status. Someone hurrying looks like someone being controlled by time, controlled by circumstance, controlled by fear of being late. Slow movement reads as confidence and control. It suggests that time answers to him, not the other way around. The man who walks deliberately looks like he owns the ground beneath him, like every square foot he crosses was expecting him, like the destination will wait because it has no other choice. At first, it just looks different. A break in the pattern of hurried bodies, a slower rhythm cutting through the noise of busy feet. Then it becomes magnetic. His shoulders stay level. His arms swing naturally, not stiff, not forced. His eyes look forward, not down at his phone, not scanning nervously. He moves through space like it belongs to him, like he's walked this exact path 100 times and knows every step by heart. At the peak, a slow walk creates presence. People unconsciously move around him. They adjust their paths without realizing why. Attention follows without knowing the reason. Conversations pause for half a second when he passes. The slowness forces others to notice, to wonder, to watch longer than they intended. The aftermath lingers as impression. She remembers how he entered a room, how he crossed toward her. Not fast, not slow, just certain. She might forget what he said first, but she remembers how he arrived. The image stays because it felt different from everyone else, unhurried in a world that can't stop rushing. The slow walk doesn't demand attention. It assumes attention will come. That assumption usually proves correct. Speed communicates urgency. It says something is slipping away, something needs fixing, something is wrong. Slowness communicates that everything is already handled, that nothing is urgent because nothing is out of control. It's the physical expression of a man who knows where he's going and feels no need to prove it by running. The slow walk is quiet power. It doesn't announce itself, it just arrives.